podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
Infiltration PCA.
ATIP 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. WandaVision episode 4. The title, they have titles, but they don't come up right away. So I'll have it probably up on screen by the time I get this edited, but I don't know the name of the episode. But this one is, we flip perspectives. Now we're on the outside. And a lot of cool stuff, but oh my God. Darcy, is that her name, Darcy? Darcy is a horrible character. She ruins the episode. Absolutely just ruins it.
What a juxtapose from her original debut.
And Thor 2, and Thor 1.
And Thor 1 and 2 to this is night and day. If you would tell me this is Darcy's older sister, okay, I could believe that, because they're nothing alike.
If you were watching the series, like, you know what? We need a really bitchy woman who treats everyone like garbage because she's smarter than everyone and everyone needs to get on her page. If you were missing that in your life, do I have an episode for you?
Yeah.
Because it's mind-boggling, because we had this good mystery building, you know, with Wanda. What's going on? Is she trapped? Is this a world she made? Is it Hydra? Is all these things? But then we get this lady who's just... yeah, okay, That's a certain kind of radiation. The guy asks a question like what it is because he doesn't know. And then she's like she has to explain it. Why am I wasting my time with these plebeian mortals?
Yes, and she...
No one likes those people.
No one. Anyone that finds these characters appealing, I don't know. There's just a problem. It's mean to put someone down.
Do you remember in Discovery Season 1?
Yeah, with Stamets, yeah.
And how Stamets treated everyone like shit because he was the smartest guy in the room. So this has nothing to do with her being a woman. So they're being an asshole. And I hate people like that. Go back and watch
why it's happening.
Go back and watch our reviews of Season 1 of Discovery and how much we bitched about Stamets' attitude.
Well, and that's why we always say the character. Oh, the character did this and that. We don't care if it's male or female.
Nope.
If the character is like this, I don't like it.
I don't like people who think, yes, you are smart. Yes, you are talented and have all these skills, but it doesn't mean you get to be a jerk to everyone.
It's sad because this one fills a lot of key pieces that we didn't know about. But then people need to see it for that reason. But I'd rather be inside the world of WandaVision instead of this. And also, if this is going to be like this, I don't want it anymore.
The future of Marvel is going to be, there's going to be the smarty pants girl who tells the men that they're stupid.
And what I hate about that is that remember when that trope or that character type was for the villain? Was the villain supposed to make you feel stupid and feel like, I'm so smart?
That's the hero.
That's the hero's like virtue.
Oh, what about Tony Stark? Tony Stark was an asshole and everyone called him an asshole.
Yes.
You're a jerk, Tony. You're kind of an ass to everyone. No one's ever going to say that to this lady.
No.
Not only that, Tony Stark had a charm about him. This woman's not charming whatsoever.
Oh, well, a woman has to be charming.
Well, this is the path.
People are confuse strength with being a jerk.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Remember how you'd always make like the bully? Now being the bully's cool now.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, will we get a cool story arc like you said with Tony? Where when he sacrificed his life, he literally felt scared. He was like, "Oh my gosh, like I could die from this." That's something. Where we get these with these characters?
No, they're already perfect.
And the thing is, Tony Stark being an a-hole comes from his pain. Yeah, there's a pain in there. That's the reason why he's like that. There's no pain with this girl at all whatsoever.
Her pain is being a woman in a man's world. That's her pain.
Gosh, I don't want any more of this.
It's pretty awful. So let's just jump into the episode. Remember how the last episode ended with Monica being blown out of the thing? Like, okay, what's going on? So we kind of have a little bit of a flashback. And we see someone reforming. I'm like, oh, this is post-snap. Everyone came back. They call it the blip.
The blip. The snap.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say it in this episode. That was good.
Yeah. So Monica comes back because we see her like reforming. So this is literally right after Tony did his snap. Everyone's coming back. And Monica's like, she's in hospital. She wakes up, she looks at the bed. There's no one in the bed. So she's freaking out. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So we get to know that when people came back from the Thanos snap, they don't even know time has passed.
Yeah.
So she literally thinks it's 1 second later.
Which she was apparently at the hospital, so thinking like, oh man, what happened? Like, where's everyone at?
But here's the thing, too. She's running through the halls. Everyone's freaking out because, of course, like, oh my God, people are coming back to life.
You could be in a spot where someone comes back and you could really mess up.
Yeah, like a transporter accident.
Yeah, exactly. That's why everyone stopped moving.
Could you imagine you were working on someone in surgery and they come back and their
they're in that surgery room.
Yeah.
What if there was someone that was in an airplane? That airplane ain't there no more. Here's a funny thing. She's seeing people rematerialize and she's not questioning that.
And also,
if I saw people coming out of like thin air and coming to life, I would be worried about the loved one that I had like in the hospital. I'd be like, what the F is going on? Why are people coming back? Like literally read material.
But especially someone from what you find out what she worked for, like she would be a little bit more
up
okay,
to date.
today what's going on? Why are these people coming back?
Yeah, like she's not questioning that people are just returning.
Yeah.
Weird, right? So she's running through the thing and everyone's like freaking out and she's trying to find out. I had a patient in the room. It's like, man, we have no time for whatever the hell you're talking about. Then she's trying to get to the front desk. She's freaking out. Then she sees the doctor. Oh, doctor, yes, my mother. What's going on? She's like, Monica, you're back. What's going on? What do you mean when I'm back? I just fell asleep. A minute ago. Where's my mother? She just came out of surgery. She's like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on, Monica, but your mom's dead. What do you mean she's dead? What do you mean she came out of the surgery? She's fine. The cancer came back. That was 10 minutes ago. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Monica, but you've been gone for, what was it, 5 years? For 5 years. Your mom died.
Yeah, you had mom 3 years ago.
Huh? So, but imagine all that people. Here's the thing. I remember we were talking about this after watching Endgame Infinity War. What happens to like married people who moved on? We got like new husbands and wives.
Well, you have to get the spot. I know. What do you do? Because to them, you were just married. They don't know.
Well, and also, could you imagine? You could have a whole family by that time.
Yeah.
You could have 2 kids in 5 years.
Yeah.
What if your whole family got snapped like Hawkeye, and then all of a sudden your family's back?
Like you said, you have a whole new family.
Yeah. Time to meet your new mom and your new brother and sister. See, they don't really go into that, but that's just another thing that, I mean, the world would be, I mean, just the fact of losing half the population, and then it all just comes back.
That'd be weird.
Well, but what do you do? Okay, so that's her problem now. So she's like, holy crap, 5 years passed. So apparently I disappeared and now I'm back. Then we get to see S.W.O.R.D. So apparently S.W.O.R.D has been a thing for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's so weird. It was never a thing in the TV show.
Because in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it kind of made it sound like that they just made it.
Yeah. I don't get that.
So,
and it's not knowing your history. That's the thing.
The whole thing about me wanting to see, Quake, I want to see some of the other characters. And I don't think that's going to happen.
No, even though Quake is ahead of...
Apparently not here.
Yeah,
no. But they do mention about not doing space missions when she's in space.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe because they're 2 separate entities now.
Maybe, but that's kind of...
short space.
I do like the way everything looks. It looks like a movie. Super high quality budget. The whole thing looks super cool. Then Monica's walking in like, oh, maybe some time has passed. This is like the next day.
Yeah, well...
So she walks in the thing and her card code isn't working. And this is another thing. This is like the setup where men don't trust women. Yeah, your car code isn't working while I work here. Well, if you did, it would work. Ma'am, let me see your ID. Let me check it out. And he's already dismissive of her because she's a woman.
Well, okay, this is what I would say to this. And anyone that works, I work a little bit in security. If your card's not working and you're working in S.H.I.E.L.D.,
S.W.O.R.D, this is huge.
This is huge. Some lady's just trying to walk in. No, you're stopping her.
Yeah.
You don't have to be as rude as this guy was.
Yeah, he was super rude. Let me see your ID. Let me scan it. Oh, boom. The Monica Rambeau, that was a removing thing. But she's supposed to be super famous, too.
Yeah. So I don't
know. Remember when Picard, when he showed up at the Starfleet Academy and they act like they didn't know him? You had any damn mind?
Picard's so famous. Everyone would know who Picard is. He would be a legend.
But this is the same thing. This lady's like a legend.
Doesn't matter. Oh, Rambeau, were you in the snap? That's why you've been out of the system for 5 years. So
yeah, let me see.
If you did work here, your badge would work. Why?
Because let's not pretend the snap didn't bring everyone back. You know what I mean? Like that could be a possibility.
So we get this other guy, and he looks like he's pretty important. He's like, "Oh, Monica Rambeau, oh yeah, thank goodness you're back." And then she kind of looks back at that security guy and then she kind of gives him like that look.
Whatever. Here comes the crap.
Yeah. Because we see her picture on the wall with her name, and like she's like, because they thought she died because they didn't know people disappeared, where they went, and of course Photon, that was like her call sign, and that was like her superhero name, but she's not really a superhero yet. Whatever. She should have been Captain Marvel from the beginning, but whatever. So this guy who obviously doesn't know the person who's like the freaking famous person in the world. There's like a sign out here. I didn't read it. That had the B sign that like all the different things that they do. Uh-huh. So they're walking through the halls and. This is when I realized, she literally just came back to work the next day. So they're talking about the snap, and then, yes, she's good, but it's like a little bit of a butt kiss-a-thon.
It is.
Too much.
The fact that
your mother made this place.
She built it up.
So how long has S.W.O.R.D been around?
I mean, it must have been 20, 30 years.
It makes it sound like that this has been longer than S.H.I.E.L.D has been around.
Yeah, and that's not true. But that's what it makes it feels like.
Because in the S.H.I.E.L.D show, they just said they made this. Almost roughly.
Yeah, because S.H.I.E.L.D's been around since like they found it like in the 30s.
Because the point of S.H.I.E.L.D was to protect us. Then they said, you know what? We need to actually go out and fight these things before they come to Earth. That's why they made S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah.
But apparently S.W.O.R.D's been a thing for a while now. Whatever.
And then also the fact that her little girl's like walking around the halls. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, you would let some...
I grew up here. Shut up, cop. God, I hate that. It's so stupid.
Because, again, the character trope. I wouldn't let a little boy walk around. Oh, here's a government installation.
No children.
No children at all.
So they're talking about how, like, they're building more machines and not using people because they lost half their staff in the snap. Then the other half was too scared to do anything. Okay, whatever. Then they talk about how they are not doing space missions anymore because it's too dangerous. It's like, oh, I want to go back up. Here's the thing. So she was doing space missions? What's going on? When does this hook up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or if they just retcon Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I think they're just retconning Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's awful because the show wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't, but
was
that's
great.
what they're going to do.
So, we continued the butt kissing and how great one of she is. And now he had to take over because I was the only choice. I wasn't going to say that, but...
Really?
Oh, my God.
Not because you were the best person for the job, because they had no one else better.
They had no better woman to pick.
Yeah, might as well.
Anyway, that was your mom's policy that since you got the snap, you don't go into space for a while.
Yeah, well, she goes, just in case anyone comes back, we have to, make sure that you're actually back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have to do tests, and we have to make sure you're not doing too much stuff till we figure out exactly what happened. But your mother knew that you would come back somehow. Okay, that's an odd thing to know. So she gets her first mission, which is what's happening now with the Westview. So this takes place literally right after
the snap,
right after Endgame, days later.
Yeah, so we're talking like.
Do you think Wanda would? I mean, be in this days later? Wouldn't it be like months?
I don't know, but it seems like because this is the first mission she's going on, and he kind of says, "Oh, you'd be doing me a big favor if you do this for the go hook up with the FBI that's out there and go figure out this case." Kind of like an X-Files case.
Yeah,
come on, Mulder, take this case. So she drives off and she's gonna go there. So we're here at Westview, and some little podunk little town, and we see the building. Like, oh, this must be before it got taken over, because it looks just like a little side town.
Yeah.
St. John's, Arizona. It's just a little crappy little town.
Yeah,
3,000 people. Yep.
And this is where I'm a little confused. Maybe you guys can explain it to me, or in the comments you can explain it to me. We see the guy from Mad Men.
Yeah.
Remember he taught him those magic tricks? It's so stupid, but I love it.
He does the thing with this.
Yeah.
He's very likable. He's a good cook.
Super likable guy.
Yes.
It's because he knows he's not the smartest guy in the room, and he even admits when he doesn't know something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes people relatable.
And also, those are hero traits for characters.
Yeah.
So Monica shows up, and then he introduces himself to FBI, and he kind of explains the situation where there's been some disappearances, there's been readings, they've been trying to contact people in this town, nothing, no contacts,
and there's apparently one missing person under
That's what started.
eviction witness.
Yeah.
So they're not, and that person is gone.
So I'm wondering if that person was ex-Hydra or something, and that's why they were.
Maybe.
But we don't know about that. See, that they just mentioned that little tidbit, but that's the only reason why they're even out here. Because someone in Witness Predict just disappeared.
Yeah. Disappeared. And they're like, no, FBI, we got to know what happened.
Then, we tried calling into the place. Nothing's working. Contacted family members. They don't even know this person exists. And she's like, what the F? How could that be? Like, yeah, they're here. I'm going to go talk to the police here. So, tell her what you told me. There's no Westview. And there's a big giant sign that says Westview.
Right next to them.
They're like, excuse me? No, there's no such town as Westview. Where are you from? I'm from Eastview. So... Do they not see the sign?
I don't think they
or
see anything.
in their eyeballs does it say Eastview?
I don't think there's not. They don't think there's nothing there. They probably think it's just a road to them.
Yeah.
So is that what's happening? Like literally?
Yeah.
But why can he see it and why can?
Well, that's why he asked her, because that's why later on he asked her, okay, why can we see Westview?
Don't know.
And then everyone's
I don't think it's affecting them. I think it's only meant to affect the local people.
But it's super weird. Remember, they try to contact family members that live in other cities, and they don't remember the people that live here
because they're connected to those.
So,
people.
but what sense does that make?
That's something I can think of.
Unless Wanda is controlling their minds from really far away, but then why would it only affect those little families?
Does that do something? The fact that she was in the snap?
Oh, maybe. Was Wu in the snap too?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I don't remember that. So these cops. Do they see Eastview or do they see nothing?
I don't think Eastview's somewhere else. I think that's another town. I don't think it's even there.
That's super crazy. So the cops just drive away thinking, well, these FBI agents are idiots.
See, this is the crazy part. Did they drive through the town? Were they not affected by
No, I'm thinking this is what really happened. They drive through it, they turned around, and they think their mind...
They went...
They think, oh, we must have just drove through that town.
Or drove through nothing.
Yeah.
Just a regular road.
Because this is because this looks like a town that's maybe 2 miles of road and the town's over.
Yeah, town's over.
So they just literally this town does not exist.
But I think the town's way bigger on the inside than the outside.
Yeah.
Because remember they had City Hall, they had that library, they had
they had the gazebo thing. And
a town like that with 3,000 people have that much
Because
stuff.
look at the background of that town. It looks like, again, St. John's, Arizona.
Yeah, so
if anyone knows what I'm talking about, you know exactly what that town looks like.
Yeah, a small little town, but probably the size of Gilbert.
Yeah.
On the inside.
So it's interesting. This so far has been interesting.
Yeah, this part I like.
The butt kissing of Monica Rambeau, a little much, but it was she didn't. She wasn't being mean about it, which was nice. No. Okay, so now they're gonna open up a thing like, oh, what do they got here? Oh, here's their drone, and it literally looks like a toy.
I know. Real drones look more real. Like ones you can buy look more aggressive.
Yeah, I get it. Change inside because it's gonna fit the.
It literally looks like an effing toy. So it flies in there and like it disappears. Like the drone disappeared. What's going on? And then she was like, how come you haven't gone in yet? I have a feeling that it doesn't want me to.
Doesn't want me to.
So maybe it's just that aura of like you walk near something and your body's like, go away, go away, go. Like you can feel it in your soul. And that's Wanda's magic repelling people.
I have enough people, no more.
Yeah, I don't want outsiders. So Monica goes up there and she's like, she starts to get really close. So she can see that there's like an energy field. And then the Wu's like, hey, back off. We don't know what this is yet. She starts to touch it. Starts to feel on it, and then it sucks her in. He's like, ah!
I think because it wanted Rambo. Yeah.
Yeah. Or once you're in there, okay, I got to change you now. I got to put you into the story.
Yeah.
So, she got sucked in. And Wu was like, holy crap. So he basically contacts, they're going to set up that whole thing that we saw in the last episode. Oh my God.
Here we go.
If you were thinking, God, I just need a bitchy woman. Please, Lord, give me a bitchy woman that treats everyone like garbage because that makes me happy. I can identify with that.
I want to be bossed around.
Yeah, I want a woman to tell me I'm garbage. So we get like this van and it's full of people and they look like nerds. Like, oh, that's a chick from Thor. Yeah. And that's that one lady, Danny. What the hell was her name?
Darcy. Lewis, whatever.
So Miss Darcy here, she's sitting there. She's like, hey, what's your specialty? They told us not to say anything. Okay, you're a Boy Scout. Oh God, here we go. Right? Yeah. The first fucking sentence. Yep. We got who this character is, a bitch.
Yep.
The other guy's like, well, what did he say? He's like astrophysics. The other guy's like AI technology. And then she's like, well, I'm a theoretical something or whatever. Yeah. Then the one guy who first didn't want to talk because he was told not to talk goes, well, I'm a chemical something. Well, no one cares what you are.
Yep.
He was just doing what he was told.
Yeah.
By military guys with guns. And he was just not making sure he wasn't doing
he wants to make sure, this is scary stuff. I don't want to do something I shouldn't be doing.
He wasn't being mean to her. He wasn't telling her because, you're a woman, you don't need to know what I do. No, he was literally saying that because S.W.O.R.D told me not to talk.
This is how I fix this line. Instead of saying no one cares what you do, be like, remember, we can talk because they need us. We're the smart people. They obviously brought us here for a reason, and they're going to value our opinion, so don't be afraid to speak up.
But yeah, it's different. No,
in the comments, did I not just fix that situation? She asserted her dominance, but she wasn't a bitch.
And because you know why? Because that's a hero trait. That is a trait that a hero would be like, okay, we need to come together because I don't need to divide.
And let's not be scared to talk.
Yes.
So if you have an idea, just say it. Because we're smart. All of us are smart.
Exactly. These guys might be more of like the aggressive.
Intimidating.
Yes, but we are the think tank.
No. I fixed it. I fucking fixed it. And everyone would have loved it.
No one cares what you think. No one cares what you say.
All because he was scared.
And you know what? And that guy may save the day. And now he doesn't want to talk to you now.
So she walks out there and she's just, I'm going to tell you what's going on. I know she deals with that stuff with Thor, so she's kind of more used to this crazy stuff that goes on. But she has found a level of confidence that is maddening. Like a mad tyrant. That's how confident she is.
Yeah. Like she's walking around like her poop don't stink.
Yeah. So she walks into the office, the one guy invites her in, and he's like, okay, you got your equipment here and everything. And she's like super dismissive of everything. Yeah. Because this guy's kind of like a regular, he's like the military attaché. Remember how Dr. Robotnik treated that guy in the Sonic movie?
Yes.
That's where she's kind of at.
Yeah.
It makes sense for Robotnik to be like that.
Because he's a piece of shit. He's a villain.
He's the villain.
He's the villain. Why is she acting like a villain?
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Who cares who you are? I'm the one running this show. That's how she's acting.
And he's like, no.
He pulls out a gun and just shoots her. So she's talking mad, crazy crap. And then she's like, looking at all the equipment. And she's like bringing out her stuff. And, he's like, okay, so can you tell us, what's going on? And she's like getting scans. And during this whole time, she's saying all kinds of shitty stuff.
Oh, yeah. She said to the point, because he asked, like, what's going on here? And she's like, well, that's classified. I can't tell you that. And then after that, it was a shit show after that. Sorry to cuss, but
she literally, you know what you do? You I believe in kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
Because obviously this is something important, and if you find out something, you need to share it with everyone because it could cost people's lives. And just because this guy wasn't being so forthright with you because he has orders. Mm-hmm. Your orders were not to tell them anything.
Yes.
So what you gonna do? Just disobey orders just because you asked?
And again, like I said, he's following protocol. This is not some like evil villain guy and he's like, oh, I can't tell you. No, he's...
And you were kidnapped.
Yes.
Yeah. So she starts doing hers. Yeah, it's just that whole conversation is terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
So she starts getting scanned. She's like, ooh, wow, ooh. And then he's like, well, so what are you reading? I'm getting large levels of EKG or something like that. I'm thinking Ghostbusters, but it's some type of acronym.
Yeah.
He's like, what's that? It's just not the type of radiation. And like, she's being really shitty with him. And he's like, well, they said the radiation levels were contained. She's like, well, yeah, for now. Which does make sense, but the way she says it is just so...
It's awful. It's just exactly what we did not need in this show.
I'm a woman. You're going to listen to me. That's the only way I can take this. Is why they wrote this. I can't say that's why they did it, but I'm pretty sure that's why they did it.
And but like we said earlier, too, this is not what the character was at all. Like, Marvel, you're doing a show about changing people. You just changed this character in real life. So in front of her eyes. Yeah. So you just made her evil.
She's getting more scans, and then she like pulls out this machine from like 1802 that the machine that used to shock freaking went from Return to Oz.
Yes,
that's exactly the machine that she pulls out. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
So she just has this thing. Then it's like really heavy, and she's kind of struggling with it. Oh yeah. Thanks for helping me. You look like the kind of bitch that would bitch about someone trying to help you.
Either way, she was gonna yell at this guy.
I hate this.
What, do you think I can't lift it?
I hate this.
You didn't ask.
They want us to read their minds sometimes.
Yeah.
Read your mind. I can't do that. I don't know when you need help unless I want to help. But then again, though, is that me being toxic male?
Like she's trying to help? She's the kind of woman that would scream at a guy for holding a door open for her.
Yes.
Here's the thing, guys. Notice how we're not talking about the story anymore. We're just talking about
this stupid shit
crap that I don't like.
And I know people say it's nitpicking, but it really does. It really does.
No, you don't need to do it.
I call it shit picking because the character's being shitty.
Yeah.
So thanks for not helping me. And he's looking at her like, my God, I don't know what to do with you. Then we start seeing a little bit of like the TV show, the one that Wanda's in, the little TV show. And she's like, I need an old TV. But everything she says, she kind of says it like, yeah, you want to get on that? Like that's how she's going to hate this character. So I guess we kind of jump into the future a little bit, maybe a couple hours, maybe a day. We don't know. I don't know how long they've been here. Then we kind of seeing guys suit up, and we see a guy like in a radiation suit. I'm like, oh, that's that beekeeper guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're gonna go underground through the sewer system. So I'm like, oh, that's an interesting idea because what if the bubble's just on the surface?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But who knows how? Like, is it complete?
How far down does it go?
But they got to do something.
Exactly, and that's where the woo guy comes in and says,
I don't like this one bit.
Yeah, because we don't know what's gonna happen to this guy.
Why are we sending in another agent when another one hasn't come back yet and we have zero contact? I don't like this. Then he's kind of being crappy with them. Oh, the FBI must really miss you back in Quantico. It's like, oh, softball season's over, so they don't need me anymore. That was a nice little comeback. But here's the thing, though. He wasn't being a jerk because his concerns with these people's lives.
Yes.
See, he's coming from a place of like, I want people
care
to
about
care about these people.
And then unfortunately, he's the head of a S.W.O.R.D. and he's thinking, I need to protect Earth.
Yeah.
So Earth comes first. Which is
this guy's kind of a dill hole.
Kind of.
So he goes down there and he's like, I need radar scans, sonar scans. I need every type of scan so I can see what's going on here. And they're not getting anything. And of course, it's like a lady. Everyone's like 5'0", these little ladies. And can someone give me something that's worthwhile? Like, and he looks like right at her. Like, why did you say it like that? So like, is he putting down this woman just because she's a woman? Like, what the hell was that about?
It's like you said, what's up with this man versus woman? Like, we have to constantly fight or something.
So now they're giving you a reason to hate the guy because he's kind of being a jerk. But when the girl's the jerk, it's because she's courageous and awesome. But when the man's a jerk, he's just because he's a jerk. I hate this narrative.
But then it's weird. Isn't this the same guy that was kissing what's her name's butt?
Oh yeah, because she's awesome.
How can he be a bad guy?
Because she flew aeroplanes. So, but the guy's like, can someone give me any information here? Because you guys all suck. You know what he reminds me of? The doctor guy from, what was that stupid fish movie Del Toro made?
Oh, yes.
Remember that doctor guy?
The Shape of Water?
Yeah. He's like that doctor guy, just a complete ass. Yeah. Like, unbelievable. Ridiculous. But we hear some, like, laughter, like, laugh track. It's like, what's that noise? Where's that coming from? And What's-Her-Face finally got that TV up and running. And she's like, yeah, I may not be the biggest expert on everything, but I'm pretty sure that guy's dead, and that's Wanda.
Yeah.
An Avenger. But it's like a 1950s sitcom, and everyone gathers around the screen. They're like, what the hell are we watching?
And then she's like, a TV show. And everyone's like, but...
Yeah, we know it's a TV show, but what? See,
again, she's being very...
Well, duh, it's a TV show. Yeah, I can know that, but why is it happening?
When you have a sitcom that's back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, where you can actually show a little prejudice and show like how women were demeaned, they don't do it. But in the real world, they're being demeaning, and they're the very same thing they should be doing in the show.
Because we never grew since then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. So they're all watching a thing, and they're all coming up with theories. They're doing what we do. What is this? Is this some type of fake thing? Is it because the guy is smart too? He's an asshole, but he's smart. And he's like, so what is this? What's a TV show? I'm asking, is it recorded? Is it playing live? Is this happening right now? Is it an altered dimension? Is it like that? And so she's like, what are the readings? Oh, there's some of that stupid EBG whatever thing readings. And then she's about to explain it. He knows what it is. Yeah. So shut the hell up. I just shut you down. How do you like that?
But even when he knew it, she gave him that look of just like, oh, you should know that. Like, okay, like...
My God, it was too much.
Right there.
Yeah, it's that look of like, okay.
So the guy who didn't know is an idiot and is a dumbass for not knowing it, so the guy who doesn't know is always an asshole and a jerk for knowing it.
Yeah, I would have even preferred the fake praise where it's like, oh, you're good, like, meaning like, well, yeah, even though you're being kind of like over, like...
No, she still has to put him down.
She still got to put him down.
So they're all watching this, and they're like, what, are you recording this? She's like, since it's turned on. Yes, sir, I am. I've been recording it since I found the signal. So I guess... When she did the scan, she had inside there the signs of all the radiation. There was also a television signal. So when they got this TV, they were able to pick up because with like rabbit ears, because it's like no one has that anymore. So it's like an old signal. That's why they needed the old TV. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. So now they are who we are. They're the audience in this crazy
Now
thing.
they're figuring out everything.
He's like, I want someone watching this 24 hours a day and figuring out write everything down and rewatch the episodes and try to figure out which people do on YouTube, which is kind of, I think, a funny commentary on the 10 things you missed in the episode of WandaVision. Yeah. Let's get started. Number 10.
Now we don't have to tell you nothing because they're telling you what's in the episode. Yeah. It gets to the point where you're
I will never make one of those videos. I will never be this guy who talks like this.
You know what? The problem is, it turns...
3 things you missed in the Easter eggs.
The reason why they get this is they're being told. That's
yes.
So if someone has like all the secret meanings 10 seconds after the episode came out, it's because they were told all the secrets.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop watching those people. Do not give them advertising. They suck.
It's turned into something where it became not what...
Because when you sit down with us and watch this, you're in the room with us and we're having a conversation. We're not doing a scripted event where I talk like a moron.
Well, and also we don't have the Wikipedia up in our face. So we're not sitting there scouring everything.
There's a thing like, we noticed something and we want to comment on it, but literally just to make a whole video about this little thing, that's not exactly. That's not a review.
And we're not sitting here pausing it, watching every single...
And then they'll bring up something stupid. Oh, Monica Rambeau was in the Captain Marvel movie. No effing duh, we know that. Shut the hell up, we don't want to talk to you anymore. Anyways, back to the episode. That's just something that pissed me off because it's like a funny commentary on the people that have to find all the secrets because they're literally looking for
they're doing it to save people's lives, though.
Which is super funny. And they're doing it to make some money. So they're like, okay, we know 2 of the people in there.
Yeah.
Vision and Wanda Maximoff, Avengers. Why they dress up like 1950s people acting things out? Let's figure this out, people. So they all start watching the episodes.
And I think it's funny when they said like the universe wants them to make 2 Avengers into a TV series, and that's like, that's one theory.
The reality got mixed in with something else, and that made them.
But they literally have no clue what's going on. So they're gonna start doing facial recognition on all the other people, which is smart. So they're starting to figure, okay, this guy's this person. The boss is this guy. This is the husband and wife. So they all have fake names, but in real life they don't match their real names, and all seem to be from New Jersey.
So that's where the town's from.
And I think it's really cool because on the whiteboard, they're writing things down. Why is everything in a weird hexagon shape? Remember at the end of the episodes? Yep. See, those are weird little clues that we get. We like, why is that shape? Does the shape mean something?
Yep, exactly.
But maybe it means nothing.
Exactly. Why is then another good question? Is Vision really alive?
That's another thing he wrote down too.
He's a question mark.
And that comes into play later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh,
it's one of the dark secrets that I found out watching WandaVision. God, I hate those.
You know what's funny though? One thing they didn't comment on is the commercials.
Yeah, which is really dumb because you saw Hydra stuff.
Yeah, you saw Hydra stuff all the time. Like, it should have been like a word that said, why is Hydra in these commercials?
Yeah, I know, really weird. So they're starting to figure out everyone, okay, this guy's this person, this guy's that person, the guy the work is this. So they get a whole board up of who these people are, but they're just normal people.
Yeah.
But again, we do know that Hydra has a lot of sleeper agents.
Yep.
But could they have so happened to just be in this little town?
I know. And also,
but remember, he brought up that person that was in the secret protection program. Yes. Maybe that person was ex-Hydra, and maybe he's starting to convert people again.
Yes, but I would think it's weird that they were drawing these people here. Because wouldn't they look up their past history, be like, oh, these guys were ex-Hydra, this person was this?
I don't know.
They just put up New Jersey, that's it. Which they're just like regular people.
Well, remember, this is all happening during the snap, so there's a lot of confusion.
There's
coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they're not on top of their game right now. Everyone, when you get, 3 billion people to come back to the planet, that's going to be...
That's true. There's going to be some missing people.
Yeah.
Pop quiz. What do nerdy people eat And it's always like a staple for nerdy people that eat because they're nerdy. Ramen noodles. I dropped my cup of ramen. And because she sees Monica Rambeau, she's like, the hell is she doing to this? And like, I guess she's part of the show. The FBI agent guy, Wu, goes over there. He's like, well, she looks like she's not in danger. She's not being hurt. But why is she undercover? Is she pretending to be part of this? Is she forced to be part of this? But again, all the questions that we had. And he's like, well, just kind of keep watching. And I guess there's other episodes that we didn't get to see as an audience.
We don't get to see it.
But here's the thing, are these episodes happening one after another, or do they have to wait a week between episodes?
I hope it's one after another. Like,
so literally, there's probably been, 25, 30 episodes that we didn't get to see of this pretend show?
And it's probably different time periods, so it may have been like 10 episodes of 50s, 10 episodes
of...
You know.
See, but we don't know what the progression of that is. Because I doubt it's jumping around. It's probably... They probably had 10, 20 episodes in the 50s, 10, 20 episodes in the 60s.
I guarantee in one episode's probably a year.
Yeah. So they see her in there and like, okay, just let's, keep eyes on her. Let's, keep writing things down. And maybe we can contact her. I have a plan. Because they've been sending in drones and nothing's coming back. So there's a radio. Maybe we can jump on that radio signal and get a message out to her. But the way I just said it wasn't a nice kind of guy way. She says it like, let's try my plan. And she's like condescending and shitty to him, even though he's trying to help.
Yeah, he's being nice.
He's a nice guy. What's the problem?
So she goes in there. She gets, okay, I want you to be on the radio when we see her in her kitchen because I've seen that she at least goes and washes dishes at least once an episode. Barf! Women washing dishes!
That's
the life some women want. There's nothing
How
wrong
dare a
with that.
woman do anything? She just do nothing.
Yeah, I know it's one of those things where it just gets me mad because it's just...
You have to understand, she just came back from her funeral of Tony Stark, okay? You know what I mean? Maybe she wanted some, a little normalcy.
Here's another thing. Here's how I fix this thing. Oh, she's in there doing dishes at least once a day. Man, those 50 sitcoms are really something else, right?
Easy.
At least a lot better than that.
It's at least give me the 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take the 50-50.
No, they can't even do that.
No, but I gotta make sure you know exactly how I feel about this. No one likes this. Nobody.
And also, not to be mean, dishes for only Vision. Vision doesn't.
So the husband should only do the dishes.
Well, and also,
I wash you dry.
Yes, exactly. No, but Vision doesn't eat, so it's only Wanda's plates. So yeah, she better do her own dang dishes.
Yeah, she doesn't have to eat.
Yeah, he doesn't have to eat.
Remember when he ate the gum? So she had to make that stupid commentary. But she's like, okay, next time they're near the radio, I'll let you know, and then I'm gonna try to send a signal out. So now they're watching the episode, and it's that part with that Dottie lady. Remember the one that was like the Queen Bee lady?
Queen Bee lady, yeah.
And I thought this was weird because she's like, oh, they had some type of swim meet. Well, if you were watching the episodes, wouldn't you know it was about the children thing?
Yeah, she's at a charity
So are they
drive.
not watching the episodes?
He said watch them straight through.
I don't know.
Maybe.
So that was weird, right?
Like, it would make more sense. Okay, you watch 3 hours and then another person takes a shift and watches 3
Or
hours.
the signal fades in and out and they don't get the full episodes.
Maybe, but still, though.
But they didn't say that.
They didn't say that.
It's like, okay, there's a radio. Okay, let's do this. Let's start the plan. Okay, because they see Monica and she's like, oh, Monica's talking. She has a speaking role. Okay, and then she's like, what is she saying? What is she saying? Oh, she likes Wanda's pants. So I was like, what the hell? She's like pretending to be part of the world and like they're thinking, oh, maybe she's going to send us a secret message. No, nothing. They don't know anything about anything. But remember that whole time when she was saying, I don't feel like I belong here?
Yeah.
But they didn't pick up on that.
I know.
I don't think those parts get through.
It must not be because it skips right to the part where she's talking to the lady. Remember when she's like, I know all about you. And she's like, okay, there's a radio. Send out a signal. Then she's like, Wanda, and then it's playing the song, help me, Wanda, help me, Wanda. And then we see on screen where that started to come through, and they're standing there, and they look over at the radio, and then we kind of hear his voice, and then we get a glitch, and it's like
nothing happened.
Do you know how to get something done? And do it yourself. And she's like, what happened?
Yeah, they didn't see the glass break her hand and make blood
because
everywhere.
Wanda literally made it disappear.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it happened. So remember when I brought up, like, remember when she's like, oh, when she rewinds time, and does that only happen? Apparently it happens everywhere.
Yeah, they can't see it.
Because it literally didn't happen.
It's like a little glitch, and you don't even see it.
She's getting so powerful that she's changing events in like other
dual reality.
And she's not even realizing she's doing it.
And then instead of saying, wow, I saw something weird, she's like, oh, it was nothing, a mission failed.
She, again, keeping information to yourself.
She should have said, it felt like there was some type of glitch. Come back over. I need you to watch this with me. Does this seem weird? And then they could have talked about it, but she kept it to herself.
Unless I'm thinking it literally wanted so strong, she made her forget.
But she doesn't, because remember she brings it up again.
I know. I'm trying to help it here.
You can't. She's just a horrible person.
So the beekeeper guy has been clawing through the tunnels this whole entire time. So all this is happening in the span of one night.
Yeah.
Which is a little much.
whatever, ramen noodles. So she's climbing, the guy's climbing through the tunnel, and I guess the portal thing goes all the way down to the bottom because he walks through it, and then his hazmat suit turns into a beekeeper suit because they wouldn't have hazmat suits.
And his rope turns into like a jump rope.
Yeah. It just changed everything.
And they broke off
because it was a tether. Then they bring back the tether, and it's like half jump rope. Like the remember the crappy ones with the plastic little.
And it makes the.
Let's jump some rope back in elementary school again. So
double dutch.
Then he gets in there and he climbs out and he's in the beekeeper outfit, and we see like how all the sword stuff got turned into other things, and so he got turned into a beekeeper. Walks out. Wanda sees him. We don't see what happens to him.
Nope.
We just see the next part of the next episode.
And this is the interesting part because she got thrown out. He didn't.
She kill him?
We don't know.
Or did she like, okay, let's make him the mailman or something?
Maybe.
Let's make him the milk dude.
Because when they tried to bring him back, all they got was a jump rope part.
Let's make him into the county pimp. Let's make him into something.
The town drunk.
The town drunkard. Then I thought it was really cool that now they're starting to watch more episodes, and then now we're in another time. And
now
they're
in
like,
the 60s.
what the heck? Like, why is this happening? And everyone, of course, no one knows why. And like, okay, let's just keep watching, and let's come up with some more theories and what's happening here. Then I called the joke.
Oh,
I'm good at this. God, I love the fact that I'm so good at this. It's like, oh wow, I can't believe, because they're like, we're watching the sitcom. I'm really invested in all the characters.
She's like crying because like they're gonna have.
Like, oh, they're gonna have a baby, and she's like, oh, did you want some? And he's like, well, I always thought maybe a little Jake, running around. And I'm like, oh, she's talking about her chips.
And she's like,
then after he goes on this long diatribe about how he wanted a family, she shakes the chip back. If I can call it the joke is bad.
It's not even funny. It's just ridiculous.
I'm like, as soon as she said it, I'm like, oh, she's talking about her chips.
Yeah.
Because she was a
again, but
nerdy slob. I eat chips.
Nerdy eating food. Junk food. Because we got to talk about that.
So that was the dumb joke. And then now they're talking to, this is the part during the pregnancy. And then, they're just like watching it almost for entertainment.
Yeah, that's like fun now.
Oh, they're having a baby now.
Do you think
cute.
they're going to record this and some people at S.W.O.R.D are still going to watch it?
They could have it up again, that thing. Like,
yeah, I think they will. It's something stupid.
The funny thing is, you'd want as many people watching it as possible so they can like find something if they see something in the background.
Yeah, make it like a Truman Show. You want people to
see it. Yeah.
So now then she has the baby and everything, and then we get that whole scene where she brings up Ultron, and then like Woo is like, whoa, did she say Ultron? Because has they ever brought up the real world in this thing? She's like, no, not ever. Then they're like watching and like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
But it's weird though. But Wanda's the one that brought it up first. Because she talked about her brother.
Yeah, see, but I think because secretly she doesn't want to be in a fake world.
Yeah.
But we want her illusions, we want her make believe.
And when you have the power to do it.
Yeah.
So then we see her talking to her, and she's like, well, what did you say? Oh, come on, Wanda, don't be like that. What about my brother? And then it just glitches to the end of the episode.
And they're sitting on the couch.
And then they're like, what just happened? She rewinds it, and then goes straight to the end of the episode. They're like, what was that?
Yeah, what happened to our agent?
Then we go into the episode. So we get to see exactly what happened
at this point, yeah.
And then what I love about it, the screen slowly but surely goes into widescreen because now we're not in fantasy anymore.
And it's like cool cinematic.
Yeah, and it looks like a cinematic movie, so it doesn't look like the 70s crappy thing. So it's like, who are you? Where are you from? And of course, Monica's not answering because I don't even think Monica even knows.
Yeah, she's
not fully. I think she's got bits and pieces.
Flashes of memory.
Yeah.
Then she's like, you're an intruder. I don't want you here. And she's like, come on, Wanda. And she starts doing her magic and sends her ass a flying to Dragon Ball Z. Boom! Through all the freaking fences.
Yeah. It's great because you sit there and wonder, like, oh, you wanted to fly? How about you fly now?
Oh, you see me know how about flying? Knocks it through the wall. So that's how she got yeeted out of the freaking fantasy world. So she did a villain thing.
Very much.
That's what a villain does. But afterwards, you can tell that it bothered her. But you still did the villain thing.
Yes. Even if you are doing bad things for for the right reasons.
She almost looks disgusted in herself what she just did.
Well, because she's an Avenger.
She has to justify in her mind, I have to save my world.
Yep.
Even if she ended up dead, I saved my world.
Yep. I think that's what she was gripping with.
So we see all the giant Goku-sized hole in the wall, and then she just fixes it all up before Vision comes home. And then she's looking at her baby, and then we get that weird creepy ending. Oh, she just had to rush home. Yeah. Creepy bad guy. Yeah. And oh my god, then we get to see Monica knocked out of the world, and she's all woozy, and they're because they
heard the alarm, what was that alarm?
Someone came out.
Something came out, and then they go in there, and of course, have medical attention right away because they don't know if she's radiated, we don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think it gave her powers?
It could have.
Like the radiation from the inside that bubble gave her
Ooh,
powers.
that'd
And
be
since
cool.
it was like her head's magic, it unlocked something.
This is what I'm interested in, stuff like that.
Yes.
This is what I want from this show.
Interesting. I like that. That could be true, because then they would kind of be a good way to bring her
To make her do a superhero.
Make her a superhero.
There's going to be Photon.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
that'd be good to take her mom's name. That'd be cool.
I would really love to see her and Captain Marvel like team up and let her kind of be like, damn, you're a better hero than me. I know, girl. I want that scene. That's all I want.
We kiss each other's
I
butt.
know,
It'd be
girl.
So
great.
then we get back to Inside and
Oh,
my god.
oh, this one.
Warning?
Warning.
Well, it's worth a warning, right?
Warning.
Okay, so if creepy zombie things bother you, this is gonna be a little creepy. She's talking to Vision, and he's almost like, "This isn't right. We don't need to be here." She turns around, and he's zombie Vision. His head thing's all ripped out. His eyes are all gray, and he's gross looking.
And all of us came to the same conclusion: is he freaking dead? And
Is he a dead? Is she marinating a dead body, and she's just making him float around, and it's literally like a corpse?
This is the first time I could say she's doing something David Legion would do.
Yeah.
That's sadistic. That's something David would do.
Yeah, but Legion was on drugs, and he was
I know.
all
That's what I'm
up.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
She's drunk on
Yeah.
grief. So, because
Yeah.
remember, Thanos ripped the Mind Stone out of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and remember on the board, is he alive? He may not be.
Because he wasn't snapped, he was killed.
He was killed.
Yeah.
And remember how they couldn't bring back Black Widow? Same reason why they can't bring him back, because he doesn't have the Mind Stone anymore. So he's talking, but he's like, zombie? That's so creepy. It literally made me feel uneasy.
Yes.
And then even Wanda's like, oh my god, and then she looks away, then looks up, and he's fine again.
And which is funny, because in the video they're watching, they didn't see that.
Nope. We didn't see that in an episode either.
Yeah,
No.
we didn't see her get,
See, I'm glad. See, this is what I like, because now we're getting a little bit more of what really is
Here's the
going
thing,
on.
because remember, the fantasy broke down.
Mm-hmm.
So things that are looking more real now. So he's a fucking puppet. He's a
dead.
dead marionette that she made come back to life with her
That's so
feelings.
sick.
So he's literally just a dead body. Which is freaking Michael Myers' mom. What is
Yeah,
this?
no,
Yeah,
the thing is, or Jason's mom.
Yeah, yes, what I mean. Yeah,
Jason's
Jason's mom.
mom.
Yeah, where it's just a thing and it's in her head.
It could be. I think so.
Get them all, Jason. She's not get them all, Wanda.
Kill them all, Wanda. So then then Vision's like, we can leave, right?
We can leave.
No, this is our home now. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. This is our house, and this is our home, and we have to make it our home. You can't force someone to be alive, and this is unfair to everyone.
But you know what?
Because he's
though?
dead.
I have one theory. What if Wanda drew everyone that was sad? Because we talked about how everyone was displaced 5 years. What if all these people are people that had tragedies happen to
And
them?
like now you can live in your perfect world. You don't have to be in a tragedy anymore.
But what's Hydra have to do with any of this?
Remember that freaking pleasant world in Fallout?
Yes.
That fantasy world.
That could be it, where these people come.
Where's
they're like,
what was his name? The little slugger, or that little there was
Yeah.
like a
Was
minion?
that
Oh,
Fallout
yeah.
3, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
where you're in that
I
fake
forgot
world.
What he was called the
Home-
clown.
Yeah, and he was like a weird like serial killer, like in this like perfect world, but it was weird. It was literally a cul-de-sac that didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone just lived in this fake 1950s fappy time.
Because think about it, we talked about it. What if a husband comes back, his wife's married to a bunch of other kids with some other guy?
And he joined this world, so he can have
exactly.
his
And maybe Wanda being so depressed was attracting these people to her.
like you literally you're depressed. Because remember they talked about how it felt like the world was repelling them. What if it attracted
Attracts
certain people?
people.
Their sorrow, their sadness attracted.
And
them to
Rambo had sadness because her mom just died.
yeah, and that's what pulled her in.
And
That's a good
There you
point.
go. I like that.
Yeah.
See, this is what I like. Not the condescending,
Freaking
mean
yes,
word,
we don't need that.
backstabbing.
This makes sense that she's pulling everyone that's depressed, and maybe that's why they're feeling displaced, like that guy cutting the
Yeah.
thing, because he doesn't know why he's there, but he will
Yeah.
realize later. And maybe that's why the lady didn't want to break Vision out of the thing, because maybe she's super depressed too.
And also at the end, she goes, Rambo goes, it's all Wanda. Wanda's
Wanda,
doing all this.
Wanda.
That's all.
But what are they
Wanda.
gonna do? She can't just put a bullet in her head. Like she's super.
Because what she's
powerful.
doing isn't really, it's bad, but it's not.
You gotta bring in a Doctor Strange or someone to like talk to her.
Do you send the army in?
But
Like
you
how's
just-
she gonna change that? If you
She's
send
gonna
tanks in-
she's gonna just wipe them out.
But
Would you
she
drop a
could-
bomb on it?
But the problem is if you do, it probably gets turned into confetti. She can make it turn to anything.
Yeah, as soon as the bomb enters the thing, it's
But
like,
maybe
oh, it's the parade. And it's
Yeah.
just like-
Maybe they're thinking if you do it enough, she can't keep it going. She can't like.
That's a big
but do you risk killing all those people?
You
Are they
can't.
even real?
Yes, I know. I don't know.
So then Wanda gets her babies and she gets one to Vision and she grabs one and look how distraught Vision looks. He's almost like, oh, here goes our prison. We're making the prison continue. Thanks, honey. Then they sit down at the couch and then he's like, so what are we gonna watch tonight? And then the music starts playing, but it's more kind of like rock and roll. So I think we're going to be moving into the 80s.
Yeah.
And then they sit down and they look at the screen in the most creepiest effing way in the world.
I was expecting a quick blip of having Dead Vision like holding the baby.
Like he's like holding in the. You know what I almost thought for a second? That Wanda's gonna be sitting on like she's in a burned out house.
Yeah.
And everything's destroyed, and she's literally holding an empty blanket, and then there's just a Dead Vision on the couch.
I know.
I watched too much scary movies. This reminded me of It. Remember when
Yes.
when she went into that house and she thought she was talking to that old lady, but it was just a burned down house.
Someone should do this in the show and all of a sudden have it like screen go kind of like fade black, and a second later you see Leatherface, and you see that's I mean some creepy demented pig heads on the wall, like really gross.
We know what's funny. We might get that. I know again
in the 80s. Could we get a slasher thing?
Yes,
because there's a Halloween episode.
That's what I was saying. There's a Halloween episode.
What if there's a serial killer
and
loose?
There's a lot of shots of Vision walking around,
like running, and looks a little scared.
I'm thinking he probably knows he's
because he doesn't like it. He's like, yeah, this is not right.
Yeah, I'm probably.
But what if it's a killer on the loose during Halloween, and it's like Halloween? Michael Myers type character.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, please stand by. I wonder if that's the name of the episode. But yeah, that's we're done. Freaking Darcy ruined the episode.
Oh yeah,
that makes it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, just her alone, because she was unnecessarily rude and bitchy, and there was no comeuppance.
And that other guy was a little rude, but nowhere near as bad.
What happened to the other scientists? No. Remember the guy? No one cared.
Well, no one cared.
She slit his throat in his sleep. So yeah, those other people I guess don't matter. Just her. She's the smartest person ever. You're an idiot. Don't even question it.
Oh, shit was too much.
Yeah, she ruined the episode. But I think that's a preview of the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that's how all the female characters are going to act.
If they all act like that, sorry guys, you can count me out. I'm sorry.
Yep, I'll click off. I don't care.
But yeah, we got a lot of answers, whole lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Wanda's the bad guy. I'm standing by that. She's the villain.
And after you saw a Vision, how could you not think that?
And we're all standing by the fact Vision's dead.
Vision's dead, and she's marinating a dead body, like weekends at.
But the thing is, he still has his own feelings, and he knows this is wrong.
It's so weird. How powerful is she to like create life?
And almost give him almost free will, but take it away when she needs to. Like, that's crazy.
But pretty soon...
That's called marriage.
That's a good joke.
And also 1950s joke.
I thought I had
we get none of those
Then
jokes.
I got married.
Yeah. They didn't have any jokes this time. I know you hated those.
Yeah, this one was outside the world. But I'm still very interested. Don't like the Darcy.
Please, no more after this. Please, no more of the
But she's going to be in here. She's going to be more episodes.
Wouldn't I just like a scene where that one guy, even though that guy was a jerk, and he's like, hey, thanks for all your research and everything. Well, thank you. If it wasn't for your contributions, we wouldn't have been able to figure this out. And they congratulate each other. Would that be so terrible?
Nope, never happens.
Oh, these.
Yeah, men. I know. I'm great. Thanks for letting me know. It's something I already knew.
Oh, yeah, I knew. And by the way, thanks for helping me carry this. Well, you didn't say anything, you stupid... Ugh.
No, I took it off the desk and put it back on the floor again. Pick it up again.
Walked away.
And then walked away. Don't talk to me like that. I absolutely can't stand people. And this goes for everybody. Man, woman, child, I don't care who you are. Don't talk to people that way. Don't be like that.
Especially when you didn't even ask. That's the thing. Now, if you asked and he didn't do it, that's one. No.
Yeah,
this is really heavy. And that's kind of like your cue of like, come on, I'm asking you to help. But that still doesn't count unless you go, can you help me pick this up? I'm not going to help you. Okay, that guy up there. Then the reason to shoot my crap. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah, a lot of predictions. I don't know how they get Wanda out of this, because the only one who can ever get close to her, maybe her kids.
Yeah.
But is she evil enough to make their memories disappear too?
Probably. Well, this is the problem too. He's talking about this Halloween episode. Are there going to be any kids trick-or-treating? There's no kids in this town.
Maybe she makes kids just for that one episode. You know, like in weird sitcoms where things happen only in one episode?
Yeah, like, there's all these kids around.
Oh, my kids have a best friend. You never see the best friend again for the rest of the freaking series.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know.
I'm thinking... I'm saying, like I said, I don't know how you would do it. You need to have her brother kind of snap her out. I don't know how.
Yeah, because they talked about Quicksilver. She can bring back Vision. Why can't she bring back her brother?
Yeah. And then also, if he uses his powers, maybe he's fast enough to get people out.
How about this right here? Oh, season finale. My brother's moving in. Whoa! And then he comes back. How cool would that be?
And it's like the 2010s.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be funny.
Oh, you always were good at running around, like make all the stupid puns about him being fast.
Or even have Vision not want him in the house. Like, he needs to get his own place. You know how
yeah. He's always playing video games, and he's like, he's gonna be like the 80s or probably 90s. He's gonna show up, and then I think that could be kind of fun, because I want Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver to be alive in the same world. I want that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's so funny because isn't the Quicksilver from the Fox series gonna be in this?
So it could be him.
What if he's her son? And he plays with the son. That'd be a fun way to get him back into this.
Oh, that
so like you'd mix the Fox world and the MCU world in it.
See, that's what I want to know. That would be cool.
See, that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
And the thing, and Doctor Strange can get in there too, because he can challenge Wanda because he's got magic.
Yeah, and at least he can show her look at the damage you're doing. He can show her,
or at least maybe even someone from his order.
And remember, if he uses the time stone, I don't know if he can find it again. He could help use that.
But
too.
is she strong enough to stop it?
Well, she stopped
because she blew up the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
That's some strength.
But the time, you can always rewind it, though.
But what if he smashes it and it doesn't exist?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. See, this is the kind of
games.
like speculative stuff we like talking about. But yeah, I guess next week we're gonna find out more. But yeah, we're as much light as they shed. It just casted more shadows.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, see y'all next week, which is gonna be pretty cool.